Good morning, everybody. Here's Mike again with another car talk. And so today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about something about giving yourself credit for the work that you've done. And, this kind of goes along with imposter syndrome. If you didn't catch my car talk on that, you might want to check that out. But again, remember what imposter syndrome is it's that feeling like we really didn't earn what we've gotten and that sort of thing. So, I've been thinking about this a lot, is that, most of I'm going to be joining Microsoft in a couple of weeks, which is super, super exciting. I'm sure I'm going to have some great stuff to talk about that journey as I get into it. But along the way, as I've been talking to people that are close to me, people that, have helped me along with my journey over the years, I've been really outpouring with thanks and graciousness to those people that, I felt really were the keys to this position, to me getting this position. And that very well may be true, is that if I look at it as a point in time, as things go across a, tangential getting from here to there, that if I wouldn't have met this person, if that person wouldn't have done this thing for me, if those things wouldn't have happened, I would have never gotten from point A to point B. And a lot of times we really look at things like that. We break things down that, okay, if a single event wouldn't have happened, then the whole thing wouldn't have happened. And I think when you look at, hindsight is always 20/20, is that we really have to be looking forward and just remembering that, what? You put yourself in that position to make it so that you would be successful. So if I look back, those same places where these people helped me along, if I wouldn't have met this certain person, I wouldn't have ever gotten to the point of actually knowing about anything at Microsoft. I would have never been I would have never started the crew. I would have never done a lot of these different things. But then if I look at them deeper, I realize I put myself in the position for those things. Is that I started the Twitter account with the crew, and I helped build that community through our Facebook group and through other things. And I started the idea of the meet and greet. And all along the way, I walked down this path that put me in the position to meet these people that I met through the crew and through other things that I'd put out there. That it wasn't necessarily that, I was lucky that this person came into my life and that sort of thing. That, a little bit of that does happen. But we really need to give ourselves credit for the fact that if you walk a certain path and you put yourself out there, that inevitably things are going to happen. Sometimes they're good things, and a lot of times they are good things. Sometimes they may be bad things, but we simply have to put ourselves out there. And being Victory Friday, you need to take credit for what you've done, for things that you've earned. And don't feel like you're being arrogant. You're being self-confident. You're giving yourself the pat on the back that most oftentimes we don't get from other sources. Maybe your boss, maybe your significant other, maybe you don't get the nice kudos, the gold stars, the things that we used to get when we were growing up that signified every achievement that we have. That a lot of the times these days, you have to give yourself the credit and the pat on the back for doing the good work that you do, and to realize that you're where you are because you put yourself there. And that comes up to another point. Perhaps you're not in the position where you want to be. Then you need to start thinking, okay, what can I do to move to where I want to be? And that's a whole different conversation. We've talked a little bit about it before. We'll probably talk about it more later on, about how to get where you want to go. But take this Friday, take this weekend, wherever you're at. Perhaps you're watching this 5 months from now on a Tuesday. But just take some time to give yourself the credit for the things that you've done. look at things and go, you know what? I did a really good job there. And maybe nobody noticed, maybe a couple people noticed but didn't say anything, but you noticed. And you know that you made a difference somewhere. So that's all I have for today. So I hope you got some stuff out of this. Again, feel free to leave comments, things like that, whether you like the videos, if you're something you'd like to hear about, feel free to reach out to me. Best way to hit me up is @Michael Bender on Twitter. So we'll see you again in the car.